Merry Christmas. Welcome, and thank you for your interest in Alongside Ministries. Alongside Ministries is a Christian prison transition ministry with 4 parts. We have our jail ministry, our men's ministry, our women's ministry, and our thrift store named Smart Sense. Our jail ministry is a local outreach ministry reaching out to Maricopa County jails, and that we go into the county jails doing Bible studies, discipleship training classes, evangelical services, as well as one-on-one mentoring. Our men and women's prison ministry program is a bit more formal in that we're going into the Arizona Department of Corrections throughout the entire state of Arizona. Now, because it is a bit more formal, there is a process that needs to be done. We're looking for candidates that have at least 6 months to 1 year prior to their release. The reason for that is because we're going to ask them to do certain curriculum to prepare themselves for release while incarcerated. What we want them first to do is send us an application. We want to know they have interest in Alongside Ministries. Secondly, we want to go and interview them. The reason for this interview, we want to find out 2 things. We want to know if they have a teachable spirit and if they have made a profession of faith in Jesus Christ. It also gives us an idea of whether or not this man or woman is truly committed to living their life for Christ upon release. If accepted into the program, what we will then do with at least 6 months prior to the release is team them up with a mentor. What this mentor is going to do is go into the prisons and help them with life-building skills. They're also going to work a transition plan that's going to be implemented upon release from prison. Now, when a man or woman is released from prison, that mentor who went in for a minimum of 6 months in prison is going to walk with them for a minimum of 6 months upon their release. Now, while at the Discipleship Training Center, for a man, it's going to be one of our apartments in the 6 apartment unit complex. For the women, it's going to be a 2-story home, joyfully called the Big House. Now, we're asking for a commitment from these men and women for a minimum of 6 months to 1 year. We're asking quite a bit of that mentor because we're asking for at least 1 year of their life. But because of this commitment, both by the discipler and the disciple, we have a success rate of about 85% for our men. And for our women, whose ministry program has been in existence for 6 years, we've only had 1 woman go back to prison. Now, lastly, we have our thrift store called Smart Sense. Smart Sense exists for 2 reasons. One, what we want to do is give those men and women who are struggling to find employment an opportunity to find employment through our thrift store. It's hard enough in today's economy to find a job, let alone if you have a felony. Secondly, for any profit that the store generates, that revenue then goes back into Alongside Ministries, where we're able to purchase those sorely needed things. So the next time you consider a donation of a couch, a refrigerator, a dining room table, clothes, toys, anything that you'd have in your home that is good and in usable condition, would you please consider Alongside Ministries and our Smart Sense thrift store. Thank you and have a great day.